The train came out of the long tunnel into the snow country. Hello, everyone. Today, we will take a deep dive into Yasunari Kawabata's immortal masterpiece, Snow Country, which begins with this line, one of the most famous in all of literary history. Kawabata was Japan's first Nobel laureate in literature. His work captures the reader's heart not with a powerful story, but with atmosphere, with lingering impressions, and with subtle suggestion. This journey into the snow country that we are about to embark on is not a passionate love story. Rather, it is the record of a journey into emptiness, a chillingly beautiful tale about a man who finds the ultimate beauty in the idea that all effort is wasted. Here, you will find no revenge, no trial, no dramatic incident that shakes the foundations of society. There is only the quiet passage of time, the piling of snow, and the stirring of the human heart. So, why is this story, in which almost nothing happens, considered a global masterpiece? Let's explore that secret together. The characters: a man who observes, a woman who burns. The key to understanding this story lies in its two starkly contrasting characters. First, our protagonist, Shimamura. He is a man of wealth and leisure from Tokyo, with a wife and child, who visits this deep snow country hot spring town several times a year. His essence is that of a thorough spectator. His hobby is the study of Western ballet, but remarkably, he has never seen an actual ballet performance. This fact perfectly symbolizes that he is a man who loves the world of ideas and concepts more than the passion of reality. And then, our heroine, Kamako. She is a geisha on whom Shimamura's affections are focused. She is the polar opposite of Shimamura, the embodiment of a burning life force. She is intensely passionate, pure, and earnest. She practices the shamisen every day without fail and meticulously keeps a diary of the books she has read. Her life is lived with the utmost sincerity. The core of the story is the distorted relationship between these two. Kamako's fiery passion and earnest efforts are all directed at the empty spectator, Shimamura. But he never returns her love. He merely observes her devotion as something beautiful, as if it were a work of art. Aesthetic: the world through glass. This spectator, nature of Shimamura, is decisively established in the famous train scene at the very beginning of the story. Inside the train at night, Shimamura gazes out the window, but in the darkness, the window becomes a mirror, and the face of a young woman, Yoko, sitting opposite him is reflected in it like a phantom. And upon her reflected face, the mountain scenery outside the window is superimposed, flowing past like a double exposure in a film. Kawabata describes this fantastical scene with incredible length and detail. This is a metaphor for everything Shimamura will experience in the snow country. He never truly sees the living, breathing humans Kamako and Yoko directly. He only ever sees them through the filter of this pane of glass, as an unreal landscape, as beautiful works of art. This opening scene is nothing less than a declaration of the cold aesthetic consciousness that governs the entire world of snow country. Aesthetic: the beauty of wasted effort and clean sadness. So, what is the true nature of the beauty that Shimamura feels for Kamako? Here, we encounter two aesthetic concepts that form the core of Kawabata's literature. The first is the beauty of wasted effort. Shimamura is moved by Kamako's intense love and her earnest efforts as a geisha precisely because he knows they will never be rewarded and that it is all for nothing, a wasted effort. And it is because it is useless that he feels her existence is pure and beautiful. For Shimamura, Kamako's life itself is a masterpiece of beautiful futility, an art to be appreciated. This also revealed that he viewed the raw emotions and struggles of human life with a cruel detachment. seeing them only as aesthetic objects, as if he were gazing at a snowflake. The second concept is a longing for cleanliness. Throughout the story, there are recurring images of the overwhelming whiteness of the snow, the whiteness of the Jimmy cloth cleansed upon the snow, and the beauty of Yoko's crystal-clear voice. These are all symbols of a cold, inhuman purity, the polar opposite of Kamako's messy, human passion for life. Shimamura's heart quietly wavers between these two inhuman forms of beauty, Kamako's beauty of wasted effort, and Yoko's beauty of cleanliness. The finale, the Milky Way and the fire. The story reaches a sudden and violent climax that shatters the silence. The town's cocoon warehouse, which had been used as a movie theater, catches fire. From the burning building, Yoko falls, as the people on the ground descend into a chaotic panic. Shimamura's consciousness is drawn up to the overwhelming beauty of the Milky Way in the night sky. He perceives Yoko's falling figure as something unreal, and flowing into his inner world is not the human tragedy on the ground, but the vast, cold beauty of the cosmos. He becomes intoxicated by this sensation. This is the terrifying final destination of his aesthetic consciousness. Human life and emotion are rendered meaningless before cold, inhuman beauty. The story quietly closes on this scene of breathtaking, yet utterly unsalvageable beauty. What Snow Country depicts is a world of cold, lonely beauty, completely divorced from human warmth and salvation. When Yasunari Kawabata received the Nobel Prize, the committee praised him for his narrative mastery, which with great sensibility expresses the essence of the Japanese mind. This work is a piece of literature that pursues to the extreme the transience and melancholy of the Japanese sense of beauty and the feeling of emptiness that lies beneath it. The beauty Kawabata depicted may not have been a warm one that affirms life, but perhaps a cold mirror that reflects the loneliness of all things returning to nothingness. Finally, this story asks us, does beauty truly save people? Or does it, at times, sever us from the world and leave us in solitude? To make us think deeply about the quiet sadness and emptiness that lurks behind the things we normally find beautiful. That is the very reason why Snow Country remains an immortal masterpiece even today. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.